Hey, you know that really stupid guy who was reviewing that portable air conditioner? The one which, you really dumb guy, what's he called that? MayiandJay. You know, the guy who thought this portable air conditioner that would slightly cool his car down over the period of an hour was a really good idea. Well, if he had just turned his car AC on, it would have done that in 30 seconds. Guess what? That guy has filed a bogus copyright claim against my video. Oh, bravo. That's going to make you so popular on YouTube. You know, it's widely seen in the YouTube community that one group of people is the absolute bottom of the barrel, the scum of the earth, universally hated. And those people are people who abuse the copyright law and screw over other YouTubers in the process. You see, when you do things like this, they get strikes on their account, which limits their ability to do all sorts of things, like stream or post blogs or create thumbnails and so on. You are genuinely messing with people's ability to generate income on YouTube. And why? Because you didn't like someone pointing out how stupid what you were saying was. And this is one of the reasons why I am so grateful that there are people out there who support this channel through Patreon, because it gives me a buffer against this sort of thing. But not only that, you, MayiandJay, just don't understand the basics of reciprocation. You know, how would you feel if someone was frivolously filing copyright takedowns against your videos? I'm going to guess you wouldn't like it one little bit. And that's why people think that folks like you are jerks. Like I was saying, universally hated. And what's this all for anyway? Because I used a few seconds, that's all it was, a few seconds of you saying hilariously stupid things to shill junk air conditioners to rubes. Look, here's an idea for you. Don't make really stupid videos like that. You know, where you're, oh, I'm so super hyped and excited for you guys to buy this really, really impressive air conditioner from this scammy Kickstarter thing. Now, I'm a nice guy. I actually sent this MayiandJay guy an email letting him know that this video was coming and he had about 4 hours to withdraw his bogus copyright claim. You know, before I exposed MayiandJay as this jerk who is abusing the copyright system. Now, only 4 hours, you might say. That's not so long. But hey, if he's not there to pick up the lifelines when they're thrown, that's his problem. Especially given all the legal stress this guy has brought into my life on a whim. In the meanwhile, you were actually legally required. Legally required when you submitted that DMC takedown, that copyright takedown, to have considered that my use of you saying these really stupid things might be covered under fair use. Which, newsflash, it was. It's not just your abuse of the copyright system, it is one of the most antisocial things that you can do on YouTube. It's actually illegal too. Which means I can actually sue your ass for losses here. You know, the ones that I've incurred from your bogus takedown. And hell, I'm not beyond it. You know, in maybe some cute, ironic way. Like a crowdfunder of some sort. And what would you reckon? Kickstarter or Indiegogo? Hell, why not both? I mean, really, if people gave over $1 million twice to fund a really stupid air conditioner, how much do you think YouTubers would pay to see your jerk ass dragged in front of a court? Me, I'm perfectly happy to give all of the crowdfunding money to the Electronic Freedom Foundation. And just tell them to send me the video of you crying in court. Because make no bones about it, you've already claimed that you have a good faith belief under penalty of perjury that you think that my work was not covered by fair use. How do you reckon that's going to hold up in court? It's at my discretion now. But hey, groveling apology and I might reconsider. Because just like every now and again, the tree of freedom needs to be watered with the blood of tyrants. Every now and again, some antisocial schmuck needs to be publicly humiliated or dragged through the court just as a warning to anyone else who might think, hey, that guy said something I don't like on YouTube. Why don't I abuse the copyright system to take down his video?
This is an apology from myself to Thunderfoot and other YouTube users. I confirm that the contents of this apology are true and accurate. My username on YouTube is VenomFangX. As many of you may know, there has been a dispute between Thunderfoot and myself over the past few weeks. We have resolved that dispute, and as part of the resolution, I am here to express my regret for the misuse of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act to serve takedown notices in relation to a number of Thunderfoot's videos on YouTube. In return, Thunderfoot has agreed not to pursue legal action against me or report me to YouTube. I now realize that I should have sought legal advice before acting. When I served the notices, I did not have a clear understanding of what I was doing or the potential consequences of my actions. I now understand that the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or DMCA for short, is a U.S. copyright law. A DMCA takedown notice is filed under penalty of perjury, and filing a malicious or knowingly false claim of infringement is a criminal act in the United States. If you serve a malicious or false DMCA notice on someone, then that person has the right to pursue civil action, which enables them to recover damages and legal fees. These are potential legal consequences of misrepresentations in a DMCA takedown notice. Filing a DMCA is a legal right, but it is inadvisable, as this apology demonstrates, to file one without first knowing what you're doing. Further, YouTube states that misrepresentations in a takedown notice is a breach of its terms of service, which can lead to the termination of your account. The DMCA takedown notices that I filed against Thunderfoot were enforced by YouTube on the 8th of September 2008, and the videos that I had lodged these notices against were removed. As a result of Thunderfoot's counter notices and the fact that I did not take legal action against him, the videos were reinstated on the 1st of October 2008. I did not contest these counter notifications, as I did not have a valid copyright infringement claim and I was wrong to have served these notices. I accept that I deliberately and repeatedly lied to cover up my wrongdoings, both in emails to Thunderfoot and in my videos. I apologize for lying to Thunderfoot and to all of those whom I have deceived. On the 15th of September, I posted a video in which I alleged that Thunderfoot had committed blackmail. I made this allegation without having taken legal advice. I now accept that I was wrong to have made this allegation, that it was and is totally without legal merit. Again, for this I apologize to Thunderfoot. On the 17th of September, I speculated that Thunderfoot had maliciously disseminated my personal information, and that this action might result in the death of myself or my family. I now accept that Thunderfoot has never disseminated any personal information relating to me or anyone else. Further, I accept that it would have been impossible for him to have done so, as he's only ever received my first and my last name from YouTube, and that he intentionally did not request any further details. I accept that my speculation was an abominable attempt to vilify the character of the man who I had filed baseless DMCA infringement claims against. I apologize to Thunderfoot for this. On the 17th of September, I rationalized that my filing of DMCA notices against Thunderfoot's videos by suggesting that I perceived the purpose of these videos as being solely to humiliate or defame my character. I now understand that this is not an issue of copyright. On the 13th and 17th of September, I posted a video in which I suggested that I would go to heaven while Thunderfoot would go to hell. I now understand that my theological views have nothing to do with the legality of my actions concerning the DMCA. Finally, I accept that the language and tone of the 5 videos I made following my misuse of the DMCA were confrontational and inflammatory, and that I am very lucky that Thunderfoot maintained his objectivity in the face of this hostility. I now accept that Thunderfoot was primarily motivated by protecting freedom of speech from the detrimental effects that misuse of the DMCA can have. See chillingeffects.org. I now understand that my misuse of the DMCA was essentially stepping on free speech rights of others, and that this was both antisocial and unlawful, and I was wrong for doing so. I apologize to Thunderfoot and to anyone else affected by my action.